Welcome to ISE 2022 in beautiful Barcelona, Spain.
Great to be here.
I'm here with Harry Patz. Harry, you're the Senior Vice President and General Manager, Display Division.
That's me.
Obviously, best place for us to be loaded up here.
Absolutely.
So, interesting thing, before I start, because obviously the product is going to speak for itself, and I know you're going to be able to tell us everything we want to know about the product and some exciting stuff. Obviously, the booth is amazing.
Thank you.
The wall, but one of the things that we've been talking about with a lot of the manufacturers and the exhibitors, we had a little virus that occurred over the past year and a half that kind of changed things around. I mean, maybe you've heard the rumors about it changing things, but what we discovered was in the beginning of the show, because the show was in full swing at this point, was nobody was quite sure coming into the show what it was going to feel like. We were coming out of, especially a multinational company like yours, not only was it a matter of not being able to see your attendees and your key dealers and partners, but with multinational offices, it was an instance where you weren't even necessarily seeing your coworkers.
That's right.
And we were all finally coming back together. And I know for us, waiting on that door to open, it was a here we go kind of moment or a here we go kind of moment. What's your impression been coming to Barcelona and finally getting to experience being on the floor with attendees again?
It's just so wonderful. Let me tell you, Rich. I mean, it's emotional, right?
Yeah.
It's emotional to see our colleagues from headquarters, our colleagues from Europe. I'm based in the US, but also customers. You know, you look at this here, right? I was at CES. It was great, but it wasn't a normal CES in Vegas.
Right.
A little less people. I've been to 2 other events in Las Vegas, getting a little busier each time. Here, I mean, it's a mosh pit. It's thronging with people. The city is alive. I used to come to Barcelona often for Mobile World Congress. Now to be back, the weather's beautiful, the technology, mostly from Samsung, but really from many other customers, is powerful. So it's such a productive, valuable week, but it's emotional seeing everybody. It's a little different than just your run-of-the-mill trade show. Being back together, mostly free, it's a pretty emotional moment.
Yeah, somebody used a key word. They said the sincerity of the show. There was like genuine appreciation of seeing people being on the floor and
hugs. We're giving each other hugs.
Yes.
I've hugged more people this week than probably in 2 years.
Probably 2 years. Well, we'll hug after, but right now we got to talk business.
Sure.
So there's a couple of products. There's some small things that you have here. Let's talk about obviously the grand showing you have here at ISE. Walk me through the product line, what we're seeing here, and what's really wowing the crowd. I mean, this is one of the statement booths that we've run across.
Thank you so much. I mean, we aim to impress and really wow. What you see behind us is one of our LED walls. It's 0.84, that super micro fine pitch LED, which is great. But this time, we've announced 2 different flavors of the wall. An even finer pixel pitch of 0.62, super fine. Blacks are true blacks. We're seeing great usage in corporate environments, high net worth individuals, companies. It's wonderful. But for those that may not need that, we're also now bringing the price points down, and we have an all-in-one solution. Something like this is so powerful and robust, but it's got these complex, wonderful electronics behind it. Other folks want a simplified installation. So we now have what we call our all-in-one. It comes in 2 flavors, a 110-inch and a 146-inch. The 110-inch is full HD. The 146-inch is 4K. And these installations take 2 hours, 2 people. So really simplified, and we'll show it to you later. You can kind of run some of the role. It can come on a stand or a really simplified installation. So folks, maybe they had an LCD video wall, maybe they want to upgrade to an even finer pixel pitch. Corporate environments, hallway signage. Again, the simplified installation, we're bringing the power of LED again to have the price points, to really have a plethora of solutions, whatever your price point or business need is. That's really exciting.
Well, one of the things that you're talking about is the ease of installation. I have been in the industry long enough to remember that a screen of this size, you're talking 400, 450, 500 pounds for these things, that you couldn't do it with a technician or 2. You had to bring in basically a small forklift.
And it's not just labor, you need highly trained engineers to do it. And it's worth it, but you know that some folks have a need, again, for something simple, their budget, and they may not have all the wall space to manage that appropriately, which an environment like this needs.
Right. Well, the wall obviously is it's drawing everybody in, but there's a whole lot of other product that you're showing here. You're not Samsung the wall company, you're Samsung the display company. So tell us a little bit more about other vertical markets that
So
you're
what's
working
interesting, right? We've all came from this environment the past 2 years where many of us spent time at home. So the focus on when you're in the office or even when you're not is really about collaboration. So a couple of years ago, we launched our interactive portfolio, the Flip product series, where you can work on these environments with a pen and you can collaborate. We now have a new Flip Pro, which allows even to 20 people, up to 20 people, to work on these environments together at the same time. They could be in the office, they could be outside. So whether it's a classroom, whether it's a corporate environment, everyone wants better collaboration. And the Flip solutions, 55-inch all the way up to 85, allow us to do that. Again, the buzzword now, return to office, hybrid workspace, collaboration, interactive is all part of that. So we're really excited about our interactive portfolio.
I think also at times, because it really caught my eye, there are other markets that Samsung's involved in, not just in commercial, corporate, residential, education. Talk a little bit about that, because it's one of those ones where it's so obvious that sometimes you don't get the chance to talk about it.
Well, it is true, right? So if you think about LED, there's kind of corporate lobby, there is boardrooms, there's high net worth individuals, but there's command and control centers. This could be sports teams. This could be government places that need to monitor. It could be call centers. So we're using our LED in a variety of use cases. We've got banks in New York using these in trading floors. We're putting in a significant trading floor at a major hedge fund in Greenwich, Connecticut very soon. So the technology is kind of taking a life of its own in the way customers are using it. But we also have a consumer part of our display business. So many of us have upgraded our monitors in our house, and we've upgraded them in a few flavors. If you like the game, and I'm not the biggest gamer, but I have many friends who do, we've got our Odyssey set of monitors coming out, the Geo 9 and 7, and our new 8 coming out. So we've become a standard world class with 1,000R curvature, these immersive monitors that you feel they're in there. We also have a great product line called the Smart Monitor and Streaming TV. It's kind of an all-in-one. Think about a college student, or someone maybe who's living in a studio apartment. You can have a monitor for work, you can use Office 365 without a PC, but you can also stream your Netflix, your Amazon Prime, so this kind of combo devices. So you can start to see the screens for all these interesting use cases. And of course, seeing this technology here, many of our classic LCD-based displays, if you go through a drive-through, chances are your outdoor menu board is a Samsung. Chances are if you go inside, in the window, it's a Samsung. And you think about hospitality, right? You and I came to this, we're staying at a hotel. Kind of been a tough industry the past 2 years. But now these hotels are upgrading their in-room, Samsung Hotel TV, but also the digital signage and LED in their environment. So industries like retail, hospitality, automotive with power walls in their dealerships, or using Samsung technology and our Magic Info content management software to manage all these displays. So it's great to get this inspiration from our customers, helping us learn how to use these products in new and innovative ways.
Well, and it's fantastic, obviously. It's one of those seeing is believing moments. As we've said, being across on screens from one another and sitting on a web page, it doesn't have the same effect. Obviously, we'd love to have everybody here at the show, but not everybody can be here in beautiful Barcelona, which is gorgeous right now.
It is beautiful,
Right
sorry.
But if they can't make it to the show right now, how can they find more information about Samsung's displays?
If you go to samsung.com/display, you can see this, you can see virtual booth tours. If you're in the US, we have different briefing centers in New Jersey, DC, Irvine, California, Dallas. We've got several locations in Europe. And of course, many of our partners, we've got an extensive partner and dealer network, also have displays. And if you don't like that, go to a sports stadium, go to a train station, go to an airport. Chances are Samsung screens will be helping enlighten and delight you on your journey.
Well, fantastic. You've done all my work for me today.
Rich,
so
where's our hug? Come on.
Exactly. You got to hug it out.
Thank you so much for the time. Thank you for being here. It's so wonderful to be here. I'm tired, but I'm loving it.
It's absolutely worth it. Well, obviously, I got one of my best hugs in Barcelona already for the first time in 2 years. If you want to find out more about Samsung, you can go ahead and follow the website. If you want to find out more about our exhibitors on the show and ISE 2022 here in Barcelona, You can find it on the AVNation website, our social media feeds, and pretty much anything else available. But that's the end of my time here. This is Rich Fregosa from Barcelona at ISE 2022 for AVNation.tv.